Product launches are one of the quickest ways to bring in money in your business. But according to a McKinsey survey, more than 50% of all product launches fail to hit business targets, which begs the question, why is it so freaking difficult to run a successful launch, and how can you improve your chances of success? In this video, I'm going to share with you my step-by-step plan for executing consistently lucrative launches and what I always do 1 to 3 months before to build anticipation and excitement. Keep watching. Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex coming at you live from the forest again. And you saw Tater hop up on the couch beside me here. I am really excited because in this video, I'm gonna walk you through 3 steps that I follow for every single product launch that I run in my business. Now, this plan not only helped me grow my business from $0 to $1 million in my first year, but I have used it to help dozens of other clients of mine execute lucrative launches over the last 10 years. And the best thing about it is, it works no matter what your product, service, or business type is. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to share the biggest revenue boosting secret to successful launches, so you're not going to want to miss that. But first, if you're new to the crew, welcome. On my channel, you'll find tips on marketing, branding, social media, and copywriting so you can build your online empire without the stressing and the guessing. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to subscribe below and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when my next video goes live. All right, now before I dive into my 3-step launch plan, keep in mind that everything I'm about to teach you is starting with the assumption that you already have a product or service to promote and at least a small audience to promote that product or service to. This video is not going to help you create a product, build your audience, or crystallize your business idea, but do not fret because I got you covered there too. I reverse engineered exactly what I did to build a $1 million business from scratch in 1 year without ads, a team, or any fancy tech, and outlined every single step for you in my big idea blueprint, and I am going to give it to you for free. Yes, in my upcoming free workshop, I will walk you step by step as you map out your money-making, industry-shaking business idea in 5 easy steps, and you can click the link in the description box below to save your seat now and join me on the workshop. All right, now let's dive into the first step of my launch plan, priming. Now, I didn't come up with this concept, priming. I first read about it in Robert Cialdini's book, Persuasion. If you have not read it yet, I highly recommend you do. I'll link to it below. He defines priming as the idea of guiding your audience's attention strategically to move them into agreement with your message before they experience it, which is a mouthful. But basically what he's saying is that you are very subtly convincing your audience that they need what you have to sell them way before they even realize that you have anything to sell. So here are some examples from his book. If you want someone to choose a bottle of French wine at a restaurant, play French music in the background. Perfect. If you want someone to agree to try an untested product, ask them whether or not they consider themselves adventurous. He also referenced a study on visual priming done on 2 different websites that were selling sofas, like the one I'm sitting on now. They did a test where they had one website that showed fluffy clouds and the other website that showed pennies in the background. And the site with fluffy clouds attracted more consumers who were willing to pay for comfort. Well, you probably guessed it, the one with pennies attracted people who paid more attention to price and were likely to go with the cheapest option. So you can see how these priming techniques can actually help you move someone more into agreement with your message subconsciously before they actually experience it. And this is the stuff I really geek out on when I think about marketing. So how can you implement this concept in your next launch? Well, the goal of the priming step is to plant seeds in the minds of your audience, or as I like to say, feed the need. Your goal here is to point out the problem that your launch is going to help them solve, but far in advance. So some people in your audience might not even be aware that they have that problem at all. So you can start educating them about the problem and of course talking about a solution. But remember, you're not actually mentioning your product or service here yet. This should be pure, free, high-value educational content that genuinely helps your audience. So let me give you an example because I love examples. Before we launched our Look Legit website toolkit, we spent a few months educating on social media, on YouTube, and to my email list about the importance of having a great website. website. We touched on why each page matters and how it contributes to conversion. We talked a bit about what the goal of each page is and how you should go about accomplishing that, but we did not give any specific formulas away because that's what was sold inside the toolkit. Remember, the goal of priming is not to solve all of their problems, but to highlight what the need is and then talk about it in a way that allows people to think, oh my gosh, I can really see that maybe I have this problem and that this person can help me. Now, this stage of your launch should start anywhere from 1 to 3 months before your actual launch goes live. The less aware your audience is about your product or service, the longer the priming window should be. And listen, the more effort you put in here, the more successful your launch will be, and the more people will be asking you for a solution, which leads me to the second step of my launch plan, preparing. All right, so now you're about 5 to 10 days out from your launch date. Now is the time to start directly addressing your customers' core challenges, and yes, letting them know that you are the one that has the solution for them and that it is coming soon. This is often referred to as a teaser period, or at least that's what I call it. You are preparing your audience for what's coming, but you are not revealing all of the information that you have. And if you did a good job of priming your audience before, they will actually be waiting for it. Before we launched our Look Legit website toolkit, we had so many people asking us to create a program on how to write website copy, which means we did a good job of priming, and this made the teaser period so much more fun. So what you're doing here is you're creating a sense of reciprocity and commitment in your audience. And reciprocity is another psychological trigger that you can read about in Cialdini's first book, Influence, but it's that feeling of obligation when we are at the receiving end of a nice deed. So when we were getting ready to launch our website toolkit, all we basically had to say was, hey, you told me you needed this thing and you needed help solving this problem, and now we have created the perfect solution for you, which moves me to launch step number 3, promoting. So now it is time to move into the promotion period when the cart is actually open and we are launching something. And this is the period that always gets the most attention because it's when you make the money, but honestly, it's the simplest, especially if you did a great job at the first 2 steps. You've just put in all this time and energy into priming and preparing your audience for what you have to sell, and now all you gotta do is deliver on what you promised. So your goal here is simple: offer as many people as possible the solution they need to succeed. So how do you maximize sales during your launch? Yes, this is where that revenue boosting secret comes in. Always, always, always use some form of scarcity. Now, I don't think I've ever seen a successful launch that doesn't use some form of real, that's important, it has to be real, but real scarcity. So what is scarcity? Well, in marketing, it's the principle of making products or services limited in some way, shape, or form. And if there's one thing that's true about us weird humans, it's that the more something is limited, the more we want it. Now, there are 4 different types of scarcity that you could use in your launch, and I have an entire video where I break those down and provide a lot of examples. So make sure to check out that video next. It'll play right after this one, and I will see you next week with a brand new video. Until then, I'm Alex. Ciao for now. All right, guys, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to check out the next one from me right here. And you can click right here to get a free gift. Hey guys, it's Alex. In this video, I'm gonna talk about one of the key components of a compelling sales offer: scarcity.